Hey everyone, I hope you had an enjoyable summer. Now that it is coming to a close, I'm going to start spending some more time working on the future layout in that room. But today I wanted to take you around and show you where I'm at after moving into the new house in December. So this is an upstairs bedroom that I've turned into my train, as I call it, my workshop area. So going around the room, I have my 3D printing setup that is mainly for the 3D extensions that I use for my Coke hoppers, but I can also print other things on it. And then just going around a bunch of shelves, soldering type stuff there. And then this is going to be my main workbench area overlooking the window there. So I have my airbrush booth that I can vent out to the outside, and then any type of model building I'll probably do here. And then on this table, wow, excuse the mess, it's worse than I thought. I will just have, once I clean it up, it'll be used for more projects on that. And then on this side here is going to be my model collection. I got the new GP35s that Broadway Limited put out. I'm not sure if people are aware of the scam that was going around with Chase's Train Garage, but still fighting that one, but at least I was able to get one of the units on that. And then this is my other display case here with most of my CSX engines. And then over here, this is just the sort of the staging area. This is all the track that's going to be used for the new layout. I have all the turnouts that I need, so everything should be here. And then I'm going to go with a different style lights. I'm going to go with some over top lights like this LED. So I'm going to hang those up every couple of feet on the layout. And then in here is just the storage of all the models that I have and model boxes. And that goes all the way, pretty much just fills up the whole closet. But then with that, let's turn around and let's head into the layout room. The layout obviously was shown in the previous video just on a paper sketch, but I've now finally got the room ready to go. So this room here is over the garage. When I bought the house, it was already done in terms of the sheetrock, the drywall, well, same thing, the texture and the paint, but it wasn't insulated. So I had to go through the back, that hatch I cut through to insulate this whole room, and also cut the floor to insulate that since the garage is below. Also with that, there was no electricity, so I had to run a sub panel up to this room where the main panel's down just below in the garage, and then run outlets to it. And then the final issue with the room was that it was not heated or cooled, so it would either be very cold in the winter or very hot in the summer, so able to get a mini split. So I have my own personal heating and cooling for this room to keep it temperature controlled. Now, the house did come with this light switch and this outlet already installed. This light switch does power this light, which will be taken down for the overhead lights that are gonna be over the layout as I just showed you guys. But moving on, I've taped down the outline for the track or the bench work for this layout. As you come in the door, let me back up a second. As you come in the door here, this is going to be a lift gate, and then I'll be going into the corner here where we'll have the main line, and we'll be going off into the staging behind. But this is going to be where Continental Carbon and one of the plastic manufacturers is going to be. You have Barberton Yard that's going to hang out over here along with Jones Chemical, and then this area will just be a straight scene before we get to Lambert, where we get into double track territory. The double track territory will go around this curve, and then we'll be landing into South Akron Yard as shown in the last video, and I'll show you again. And then we'll swing around into downtown Akron and then hit up A. Shulman. This is where the staging tracks will meet back up after going around the loop, and then we'll swing around to loop the track. So this is right now. I have the outline. I have the wood from the previous layout in the garage. I'm going to start building the bench work. I'll take you guys through each step of the process as I start building this new model train layout. And then this here real quick is just a quick review of people who may have not seen the last video. This is going to be that track plan here. So the door I just walked in, and then you have Continental Carbon, and you'll have the chemical or PPG manufacturing here, going into Barberton Yard, Jones Chemical, just some straight scenery work into Lambert, and then we hit South Akron Yard. This is going to be downtown Akron, and then A. Shulman will be that last switching area. And then around the exterior is going to be my staging tracks. Here is the progress after the first day. I decided to go with standing shelves. They are screwed into the wall with 3-inch screws on the stud. And then I have angle braces that come up, 2-inch screws, they're screwed into the brace, and then 3-inch screws down at the bottom. But I think this is gonna look a lot better this year, or this time, as it's gonna give me more storage and space underneath. With that, tomorrow I'll continue the construction. Day 2 update, I finished the other side of the wall. So I have all the supports attached to the wall, and now it's just time for the center peninsula as we head back towards the entrance to the room. You can see all that's left is the center peninsula and those pieces on the far end there. Here's what it looks like after day 3. I was able to get the back wall done and the peninsula. The only thing left is gonna be this turn back loop here. I have the main bracing on it. I just need to get all the cross braces for it. But I'm getting there, and pretty soon we'll be able to get the plywood on top and then start to put down trains. Here's a quick view of once the cross braces of the L girder peninsula is up. That wraps up this update. The next update, I'm hoping to have the plywood on the benchwork. So until then, take care.